Thank you. I just a little bit wrote it, a simple question, and I live with my daughter, and she's adult, and I have an older brother, and then I visit this year, September, and he opened a big restaurant business, and I went to see him and congratulate and meeting him. Since 2018, I haven't visited him yet because of COVID, and it was great. I had a very good time helping my brother business with his employees, and he prepared really a lot for 10 years, and that including financial situation, everything put together for 10 years. And then finally, his dream came true. It was so exciting to him, so happy. But when I leave Korea, and he seriously asked me, why don't you come back to Korea, live with me, and help my business if you are next to me, and we put together business, and that'll be really helping me and mentally, and I need your support. But I understand his suggestion, but I have only one child. I'm single mother. I've been live here in USA for 29 years. So it's hard to move back to Korea. And then I don't want to separate with my daughter. And Sunim all the time say after 20 years old and adult, I have to think about the neighbor. It's independent life. But I understand in my mentally, but my heart is always attached to my daughter. And she's also single too. So when I'm thinking about brother, I feel so sorry, and I'm not there. So whatever I decide, wherever I stay, how can I control my mind is not feeling guilty at all and very peaceful. I want to ask you, Sunim. So it says my mind is wish-wash, but I'm not comfortable. I don't know how to decide.
네, 뭐 그건 어떤 결정을 해도 좋겠다 생각합니다.
So I think you can make whatever decision you like,
그러나 다만 이것은 유의할 필요가 있습니다.
except for one thing to watch out for.
형제 간의 우애를 오래도록 유지하려면 함께 사업하지 않는 것이 좋습니다.
I think it's better not to go into business with your brother if you want to maintain that good relationship between siblings.
같이 가서 사업하는 것은 형제가 아니고 이거는 서로 비즈니스 관계입니다.
Because if you go in there business with him, then you become a business partner.
그러니까 철저하게 비즈니스 관점에서 가시기 바랍니다.
So I want you to go there, make that decision to go there, but from a business perspective.
거기 형제 관계라는 것이 개입되면 원수가 되기가 쉽습니다.
Because if you actually inject that sibling relationship there, the outcome might be worse.
그래서 이 형제 관계라는 것을 끊을 수 없다면 저희가 함께 비즈니스하는 것은 좋지 않습니다.
So if you want to still consider him as your brother, then I don't think it's a good idea for you to actually go into business with him.
그러나 뭐 원수가 되든 뭐가 되든 일단 이것은 비즈니스 관계로 굉장한 이익이다. 그래서 판단하신다면 비즈니스 관계라면 뭐 결정해서 가셔도 됩니다.
However, if you actually calculate that as a business opportunity, this is really profitable for you or beneficial to you, then you can make that decision.
근데 질문의 예를 들어보면 오빠기 때문에 도와주러 간다. 이건 굉장히 위험한 생각입니다.
But listening to your question, you're saying that you want to go there because he's your brother, you want to help out. That's a very dangerous way of thinking.
네, 그것이 이제 착한 병에 걸려서 그런 망상을 피우는 겁니다.
And we call that goodness disease, right? It actually causes us to imagine things or to kind of, make mistakes in our thinking.
그럼 바로 자기에게 속는 겁니다.
So you are kind of tricking yourself.
다시 말씀드리지만은 뭐 형제 관계가 아니고 이건 내한테 비즈니스로 이익이다. 이렇게 딱 판단해서 뭐 앞으로 원수가 되든 뭐든 관계없이 경제적 이익이다. 이 판단만 가지고 들어간다면 그 판단만 가지고 들어가십시오.
So if you want to go in there and get into business with your brother, I want you to go in there with just the business consideration in mind, and regardless of whatever outcome or whatever, however the relationship may turn out to be, but as long as it's profitable to you from a business perspective, that's the only consideration you should have.
자기가 오빠를 도와준다. 그런 착한 사람이 아닙니다. 자기를 그렇게 과대망상하지 마시고 철저하게 비즈니스 관계로 가라는 거예요.
So do not go in there think that you're going there to help out your brother in his hour of need. You're overestimating your own goodness. You're not that good as a person. So be there with a cold business calculation.
그런 문제가 아니라면 가지 않는 것이 좋습니다.
But if that doesn't work out, if that calculation doesn't work out, then you shouldn't go.
또 혼자 사는 아들이나 혼자 사는 딸하고 엄마가 같이 살면 뭐 엄마에게 좋은 점이 있습니다. 늙으면 돌봐주고요. 그러나 자녀의 결혼에 심각한 장애가 됩니다.
And of course, as an aging mother, if you live with your son or if you live with your daughter, there are benefits to you because they can take care of you in your own life, but you're also an obstacle to them living their own independent life, to them getting married.
결혼 생활이라는 것은 꼭 어떤 남녀 간의 성관계 이런 것이 아닙니다. 공동 생활입니다. 근데 누군가와 공동 생활을 하면 결혼의 요구가 현격하게 줄어드는 것은 사실입니다.
Because the marriage is not really always between the, woman and husband. It's not all about sex. It's actually the more essence of the marriage is about living together, having a kind of a cohabitation relationship. So if you cohabitate with anybody else, a large motivation, part of the motivation to getting married is reduced.
그러니까 자녀가 결혼하지 않고 자녀라기보다 나하고 공동 생활하는 하나의 파트너다 이렇게 생각하시면 같이 살아도 되는데 자녀를 위해서라든지 자녀가 결혼하기를 원하든지 이런다면 결코 같이 사는 것은 좋지 않습니다.
So, if you consider your daughter as somebody who actually cohabitates with you, with a division of labor or whatnot, I mean, you can do so. But having said that, that doesn't make it easy if your daughter wants to kind of live out on her own and get married on her own.
이 딸이라고 하는 파트너가 나하고 같이 살면서 나한테 이익이다. 이런 관점에서 같이 살아야 나중에 어떤 손실이 생겨도 그 정도 대가를 지불할 수 있다. 이렇게 이게 원수가 안 되고 이렇게 관계가 아주 삭박하게 끝나는데 딸을 위해서 했다. 이러면 이제 딸하고 원수가 되기가 쉽습니다.
Also, you shouldn't try to live with your daughter under the assumption that you're doing her a favor. You're doing it for her. Because if you bring that kind of emotional baggage into a situation, the outcome tends to be bad.
여러분들은 자신에 대해서나 또는 사람에 대해서 마치 성인군자 같은 착각을 하는 것 같아요. 인간이라는 것은 한 동물이고 동물 중에 조금 의식이 있는 동물이다. 굉장히 이기적인 동물이다. 이런 관점을 갖고 기본적으로 봐야 됩니다.
So I think all of you are actually overestimating yourself and everybody else around you, all human beings, because, we're not sages, we're not saints. So you should look at each other and yourself as basically animals, but animals with some modicum of intellectual capacity to mitigate the worst of the animal instincts, but nothing more than that.
자기 자신을 너무 착하게 생각하거나 내가 누군가를 위해서 희생을 하거나 도울 수 있다. 이건 다 자기 착각입니다.
And do not wrap yourself up with a mistaken assumption that you are so good that you have this power to affect the world of others, through your sacrifice or through your own strength.
여러분들이 이렇게 자신에 대해서 착각을 하기 때문에 배신을 당했다, 남을 탓한다 이런 아픔이 생기는 겁니다.
And it is this sense of self-illusion that's leading to, thinking that you've been betrayed or you've been blamed.
그런 관점을 가지고 관계를 유지하시기 바랍니다.
So I want you to kind of sustain relationship based, on that more objective perspective.
이기적이라고 말하는 게 아닙니다. 이미 이기적입니다. 이기적인 거를 이기적인 줄 알아라 이런 얘기입니다.
So I'm not actually accusing you accusing you of being self-centered. I'm actually saying self-centeredness is a fact. So I'm asking you to recognize fact for a fact.
Yes, 스님, living with my daughter, and she and I, when we lived together 3 years ago, and then we clarify, and when she moved out of the state or change the company, and then when she has to commute long distance, that point she and I will be separated. So I have my own way. I have a job and I earning the monthly income, and then she live her own life. We already discussed about this, and my daughter say it. Even you wanna go to Korea, live helping uncle, or live with me. Totally it's up to you. Don't think about brother or me. Only I want to think about only your happiness. My daughter all the time say that. So I don't have a problem. But after I listen to S님's advice, I make already my mind that is all set. So I know what to do and where I live. As I already make it decide when I listen to him, and I didn't think about the other side of darkness when I go to Korea and helping my brother. But Snim remind me, and good thing, bad things. I wasn't thinking about 0.5% of the other negative side. So thank you so much, Snim. I really appreciate it. That was really helping to make my decision. Thank you so much.
네. 어떻게 살아도 좋습니다. 그러나 항상 사실을 사실대로 알고 내 마음의 상태도 내 마음의 이 드러나는 의식, 가식이 아니라 본심을 알고 그에 따라서 여러분들이 행동을 해야, 자기가 자기를 알고 행동을 해야 후회가 없어지고 남을 탓하거나 미워하는 이런 일이 없어진다는 것을 말씀드립니다.
So you can live however you want to live your life, but I want you to live by looking at the truth as truth, fact as fact, and knowing really your own mind. By that I mean really know and self-reflect on your true motivation underneath, not the motivation or the illusory motivation that you have kind of wrapped your true motivation. Because only then can you live your life without blaming yourself or blaming others, without creating hate or love with others.